What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some interesting topics for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into this. And we're starting off with a Kanye West cross Nintendo video game collaboration. Well, that's not happening, at least not at this point, but Nintendo and Kanye West actually met at one point to see if this could be a thing. Really more like Kanye West pushing the issue. So, former Nintendo of America president, the big man himself, Reggie Fils-aime, has revealed that a really interesting and unique opportunity did come about to where Kanye West wanted to partner with Nintendo to make a video game. Now, during E3 many years ago, Kanye West did visit Nintendo's area and was even able to spend a bit of time with the dude himself, Shigeru Miyamoto, creator of Mario, Zelda, so many classics at Nintendo. And then later on, he wanted to arrange for a meeting to meet with Reggie. Now, despite all the craziness going on at E3 and the meetings and the planning and all that, business partners, they were able to get this done. Kanye West and Reggie ended up meeting together at Kanye's business office for his fashion business in Calabasas. Now, here was what Reggie had to say on the matter fully, and there's even more after this. Now, quote, part of it was talking about what he was up to. He was experimenting with a piece of video game content. He wanted reactions to it. He comes out and says, I want to work with Nintendo. Now, we had so many different projects at Nintendo going on, the possibility of doing something with Kanye just wasn't there. And so I had to find a way to politely decline this opportunity to work with him. I told him, Kanye, you don't want to work with us because we're tough, we're hard. All we do is push for the very best content. We would not be the type of partner you would want to work with. And he looks at me and says, Reggie, you're exactly the type of partner I want because of that reason. It's like, oh my gosh. So I do also want to mention with this right here before I kind of get into the next part is that if you listen to Kanye's music, for those who don't know, he's always a dude that's like, hey, I'm rising up against the odds. I want to beat everybody else. Like, it's me against the world. That's the type of music that he makes, along with other stuff too. But like, that's the type of music that's inspirational to him to self-motivate, to have people say you can't do something, and then for him to say, no, I can do this, I can compete, I can do this and that. That's how he sees himself. So I can only imagine what Reggie's thinking, because I'm not sure if Reggie understands exactly the type of person that Kanye is and the type of creator and designer that he is. Like, when you tell him that he can't do something, he's only going to get more excited and say, no, I can. So I found that very interesting. Now, also, he said that Kim Kardashian was there with him as well. She does have like a mobile video game that at one point was like a high grossing game, but it was just a scam, kind of like a lot of these mobile games that these big celebrities side onto when it comes to stuff. People don't really care about that game. It wasn't really anything. It was just a quick buck when it comes down to it, but she was there as well. But he also said that Nintendo walked away with the feeling that, quote, Kanye has such a passion for video game space and he's a creator. Now, this whole story was told through Reggie Fils-aime. He has a Talking Games with Reggie and Harold podcast, which was done to raise some funds for New York Video Game Critics Circle nonprofit mentioning work. So there you go on that one. Now, I want to talk about this just a bit, because what type of game would Reggie Fils-aime and Nintendo and Kanye, what type of game could they cook up together? Heck, even talking to Shigeru Miyamoto, some people were saying like some type of Zelda, hip hop game or something. No, it probably wouldn't be that. I would guess it would be some type of music rhythm game if they actually wanted to do something, almost like Timbaland's like Beaterator, or something like Persona 3 and Persona 4 Dancing All Night or Dancing Moonlight or whatever the heck those dancing games are. I think it would be something along the lines of that. I don't see him creating some type of traditional video game. I mean, maybe that's what he would want to do because he'd probably want to go big or go home. But I don't think that if he actually did partner with Nintendo, it'd have to be something that was in the music space. It would have to be something to where he could have some really unique and good insight on how to create or how to make something or some ideas with that. But it's funny because I'm like, yo, if you gave him full creative control, this game would be like $800, $700. It would be something crazy because those Yeezys, man. But it's an interesting story, and it's one of those things that, hey, maybe it comes back around one of these days. Maybe it comes back around and Kanye and Nintendo can get together at some point and make something. So if they did make a game, what would you like to see? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, guys. We've got a pretty hype announcement. Arc System Works, the 2D fighting game masters, have revealed their next project, and it's a dungeon fighter fighting game called DNF Duel. So check this out, guys. Publisher Lepow and developer Arc System Works and Aiding announced DNF Duel, an Unreal Engine-based fighting game spin-off of the online action RPG Dungeon Fighter Online at the quote Dungeon Fighter Universe Festival. Platforms and release windows were not announced. Now, Dungeon Fighter is a franchise that I never heard about. But apparently it is massive. It's one of the highest grossing MMO RPGs or online RPGs out there. I think I heard right around 700 million players at some point. $15 billion gross from this franchise. So it's a big deal, especially in the Asian regions out there. People have been playing this game, and in true Arc System Works form, it looks amazing. But you have to be into the Dungeon Fighter franchise to really understand the characters and what's going on and the themes. But Arc System Works, they're a master of this, and they get consistent work. Even though people know their games don't ultimately do extremely well, they're so good at crafting and kind of building that brand of, hey, making a good developed fighting game for a good price to expand or go into different genres. And that's why everybody keeps hitting up Arc System Works, although Dragon Ball FighterZ did extremely well. But this is the reason why people love them, the developers, because they can make a game in whatever franchise that they have there and make it look and play amazing. Grand Blue Fantasy, that game looks absolutely amazing. You have Dragon Ball FighterZ. I mean, there's just been game after game. However, I will say this, with this announcement here, it does seem like Persona 5 Arena isn't going to be a thing anytime soon. And I know a lot of you guys were maybe looking forward to getting a Persona 5 Arena fighting game because Persona 4 Arena Ultimax and all that was such a great game, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. Also, Naruto fans, like, I was hoping that Arc System Works is going to be developing a Naruto-based fighting game because Aiding is involved. Aiding is one of the developers who actually made some of the good Naruto games. The Clash of Ninja series, that was Aiding. So you have Arc System Works and Aiding working together on a fighting game. This game's probably going to be absolutely amazing, but man, I really wish that Arc System Works and Aiding could work on a new Naruto game. Now that would be the ultimate like dream of mine for Naruto fighting games because they haven't been good recently. But this is not to turn it into something else. This game still does look really good with DNF Duel, so I'm looking forward to seeing more on this game. So what do you guys think about this new announcement here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys, we've got a big NIS America sale. There are some fantastic deals, and I'm going to go over some of my picks. So NIS America has kicked off a brand new Year 2021 sale on the eShops across the Nintendo 3DS and also the Switch. But we're going to skip the 3DS because there's not much to offer, and who really cares at this point here. So when it comes to Nintendo Switch, there are Disgaea titles. There are Langrisser 1 and 2, the Alliance Alive HD Remastered, Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, and so much more. Now here's the full lineup as you guys can see, and I'm going to pick out some of the ones that I think you guys should play. The first game that we should talk about before anything else, because it's the most important, is Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. It's an action RPG. It is absolutely amazing, and it went from $59.99 to $23.99. Very good deal on one of the best RPGs on the Switch, hands down. Great story, good graphics, well, good enough graphics, great gameplay, lots of extra bonuses and stuff in there. It is a fantastic game to play, so I highly recommend Ys 8 La Cremosa of Dana. Now, another game that I feel is very good here is the Disgaea games. Disgaea 4 Complete Plus and Disgaea 1 Complete. Both games are awesome. You can get Disgaea 1 Complete for $20. That is down from the $50. And you can get Disgaea 4 Complete for $30, which is down from the $50 that it's usually at. Both of those games will get you so much content if you're looking for a strategy RPG with some depth and also some humor. Both of those games will do it for you. I also want to mention the Alliance Alive HD Remastered. That was a really good 3DS game that got brought over to the Switch, and it plays very well, and it is a good and unique style of RPG. But the final game that I'm going to talk about here is The Legend of Heroes. That game is so good. It's $60 regularly, and it's down to $40 on here. And that game has so much content. There's so much stuff in there. I mean, obviously, there's not the first and second game, but they do have a compilation type of thing that you can go through and read up on the story. But the gameplay in The Legend of Heroes is absolutely phenomenal. So I know anybody who does pick up the games that I talk about here, you're going to enjoy them quite a bit. They are very good, in-depth RPGs with a lot of great mechanics. So what do you guys think about the different topics we discussed here from Kanye West? Cross Nintendo, potentially, but it didn't happen. Also, Arc System Works and NIS's Switch sale. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next one. Peace.